What's up, guys? I'm What's Cooking, and this is Rise of Kingdoms. This is going to be the final video of our little jumper tutorial. After that, we might just do some, keeping up to date with how the things are going. I don't know, maybe we'll get some crazy stuff going on. We actually had a crazy battle for a level 2 pass the other day, but we'll see how far we take this. So we're going to finish up our jumper guide. Now, someone pointed out in one of my other videos in the comment section that the best civilization for scouting for a jumper is going to be Japan. And they get a 30% scout speed bonus, and they get a 5% training capacity increase. So that's good because you can also crank out more troops in your limited time day period of 10 days. Now, Japan's special commander is Kusunoki. And Kusunoki is a good garrison commander, but overall he's nothing special. And I don't really think I'd want to get those free sculptures from the story mode quest for him specifically. I think I'd rather have Joan of Arc or Sun Tzu. I still believe that probably China Sun Tzu with the 2% building speed is probably the best starting one if you don't plan on changing your civilization. It costs 10,000 gems to change your civilization, and that's not something I was willing to spend on. However, you will be able to get Joan of Arc through other ways. There's currently an event going on. I believe we're about 3 weeks in now, maybe a little bit before 3 weeks. And you can get Joan of Arc sculptures through, where is it? Right here. You can get 20 of them through this event. Now, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot with 20 Joan of Arc sculptures. Hopefully you get it from gold keys instead if you decide to go China. I haven't gotten Sun Tzu yet, and it's hurting my Sunset Canyon potential, so I'm a little disappointed by that. But I've been saving all my gold keys for this video, so hopefully we unlock him today. I really hope so. That would be great. Yeah, this is a nice little event. I'm actually probably going to be picking up these blue sculptures over here, just to help finish up my gatherers, get their skills up as high as possible. But I don't want to trade any of those tokens in until I open up these gold keys, because who knows, I might get more sculptures that way. I still believe China's the best, probably followed by France or England because of Boudica and Joan of Arc. If you're a higher spender, you want to spend the 10k gems, maybe start Japan just to get yourself that little extra boost ahead. I don't know, I still might switch to China. I believe the way it works is with determining what commander sculptures they give you through the quest is what civilization you are when the quest gets loaded into the system. So if you plan on swapping over and you don't want Kusunoki, but you still want that extra Japan bonus, scout speed, and training capacity, maybe you don't turn in your main story quests until you get to the point where you're ready to switch over, and then you can start claiming them. And hopefully you get the right sculpture. I'm not exactly sure if that's how it works. Maybe someone can leave a comment down below and let me know if that's how it works, because I think that'd be good for everyone to know. So you finally got your last civilization, your last kingdom, and you're trying to decide, what should I do next? Well, probably keep scouting. I know I repeat that a lot, but you get a lot of experience tombs, which you're definitely going to need for your gatherers. But we'll get to that in a bit. First thing you want to do is join an alliance. You want to make sure it's a pretty high-powered alliance, just because there'll probably be more spenders. Some of the higher power alliances can be led by power trippers, and I actually had a run-in with one of the higher alliances in this kingdom, and I was in one of their little feeder alliances before I could get bumped up, and R4 was like, oh yeah, we'll invite you in as soon as you get another 50k power or so. But he got pushed out by this other guy, another R4, who eventually became the leader of that alliance. And that guy was a total power tripper, and he actually went and killed my farmers. So even though I was going to join that alliance, he decided to take out my farmers, and I was like, you know what? This alliance is probably a little too rude for me. So I went into one of the little, slightly lower alliances in their same family, because the big alliances generally have a large family, probably 4 or 5 different alliances that end up, being allies. They've actually come over and they helped us fight for our pass, so I guess in the end it's not such a bad idea, but don't stay in an alliance you don't want to be with. when you do join Alliance, I recommend you message the Alliance leader and ask him to set up a Discord, just because that kind of coordination helps with events and helps build camaraderie. You know, you'll make more friends that way. You'll enjoy the game more if you have friends to talk to in the game, for sure. One thing I definitely want to mention is do not use a territorial teleport in your second kingdom to try and farm resources faster. You do gain resources 25% faster when you're farming in your Alliance territory. If you try to use a territorial teleport, it will default to your beginner teleport, and then you don't have your beginner teleport anymore and you're stuck in your second kingdom. That may or may not have happened to me, and I was really mad about it at first. It's probably another reason that this took so long for me to get together, but I'm actually quite happy with where I'm at now, and you know, a couple of days extra here or there advantage is really not going to change your position in the game too much. You know, there's always going to be higher spenders who are going to fly above you, but honestly, we're still way ahead of the curve compared to a lot of people. Yeah, get yourself in a good alliance. So what I recommend is you're going to have to start powering up really quick to get into these alliances, the higher powered alliance. And I'd say, you know, look up an ROK City Hall requirements webpage. There's definitely a layout with a table on one of those websites, and they'll basically tell you what you're going to need for the next Alliance Center. And I definitely recommend that. Just keep your builders always focusing on building whatever you need for your current one. And once your current one's going, it's probably going to take a little bit, depending on, you know, how many helps and speed ups you get. Start working on the requirements for the next one. That will make the whole experience go a lot smoother. I'd say you should always max your Alliance Center and always max your Academy. Your Alliance Center because it'll give you more helps, which are essentially free speed ups. And you do need it for one of the higher end city halls. I think it's like 16 or 17. You need a max Alliance Center. Same with your Academy. Your Academy is going to be needed down the line. I think it's 18, something like that. Also, the Academy lets you research higher technologies, and it's going to give you bonus research speed. So you definitely want to keep that up. You know, you want to use as few speed ups as possible in the early stages if you can help it. When you do upgrade your city hall, you're going to need a lot of resources. That's when I would start opening those treasures of cave. That's a good time to do it. That way you're not exactly floating too many resources at once. I think that's a good idea. And you should also try and pick up runes, which you get from killing these guys. Now, I wouldn't recommend trying to solo them on your own. Oh, are they all gone? Where are they? I wouldn't recommend trying to solo them on your own very early. That's odd. They were here not long ago. I bet you I could find some. They are quite difficult to kill on your own until you have probably like 50k, 100k troops. I don't know, maybe they just didn't spawn in for me. That's a little strange. I don't usually play on my computer. I usually play on my phone. As most of you do, probably. Oh, I saw him for a second. Aha, right here. In the first area, there's two types of these Sanctum Guardians. The first one, this is the lower one. It recommends 10,000 tier 1 units. One army of 10,000 is not going to take that out. You probably need like, I don't know, 50,000 or something. And for the next tier up, I think it recommends like 15,000 tier 2s. You probably want 70,000 plus. So, once you do reach a decent number of units, and you have multiple junglers, I guess we'll call them, just neutral killing units, like Lohar and Boudica, I recommend you set up... Oh. I guess I can't look at my marchers when I have people out. Do I have anyone that could come in fairly quickly? Alright, I'll just recall you super quick. Yeah, it's not too far a walk. Although it would have been quicker to do him. Oh look, he's already coming in anyways. Okay. You know what? We'll go back here. This is what happens when you try to rush and misclick. Things happen.
What can I do for you?
Alright, buddy. I recommend you set up some presets, and then what you can do is, oh, I guess I could demonstrate it. You know what? Let's pull in this guy too. Oh, he was almost done. That's how it goes, I guess. But what you can do is set up some presets. New troops. Now these will be your presets over here: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know, you click that. Oh, Joan of Arc's not in the city. Okay. So what I'd recommend is, if you're gonna kill those guardians, you know, you build these presets ahead of time. You know, open this up, build them over here. See, over here I have Boudica and Joan of Arc with 92,000, and then whoever else I'm leveling up with whatever units I have remaining. I guess I have approximately 150,000 units. So that's what I'm using. I managed to kill, I could probably kill all the low level guardians with these two in one go if I send them out on a little mission. But I parked myself fairly close to altar over here. Yeah, an altar with tier 2 guardians. That way they don't have to walk as far, because I'm only killing one at a time. They do a lot of damage, and it costs a decent amount of resources to keep healing them over and over again. Oh look, that would have been even closer. Is Joan not actually in my city?
I fight for my lost freedom and my outraged daughters.
So obviously I can't fill that because I have guys out gathering. So I click that, march, click this, march, and that way, you know, they're within a couple seconds of each other. They're going to be able to fight together, and the experience gets spread out. The experience is actually really good. This is a good way to level up your commanders. Oh, I'll explain what's going on here in a bit. That's a good little tip. But this is versus the level 1 guardians. You get a decent amount of experience. Look at that, 3.6k, and then once you multiply that by 4, that's how much experience you're spreading across all 4 of your commanders for both parties. You're looking at like 14,000 experience. That's a decent amount for just the level 1s. Maybe you can find it what I was doing for the higher ones, 5.8k. So for those guys, you're getting probably close to 24,000 experience. And that's a decent amount of experience. Yeah, I parked myself fairly close. Look up your requirements. When you choose what research to do, it's going to be tempting to keep on rushing the military tree. I've seen guys who just go straight for tier 3s, but I wouldn't recommend it. First of all, it takes a long time to research tier 3s, and there are a lot of research bonuses you can pick up along the way that will make that go quicker, so you need less speed ups. It's just less efficient. So for example, writing over here gives you an extra 10% research speed. Leveling up your academy is going to give you extra research speed. If you pick up runes, another 4%, 5% research speed. You know, all those things add up, because eventually you're going to be waiting days days and days to get these going. How long does this take? It won't tell me. I think the bowman took me, I think it's like a 3-day or so research. It's also not worth rushing through, because they have events like this one where game of power, just small little things. You have to gain power, and that's an easy way to gain power. What was I getting? Like 37,000 power just from that one research. So that's going to be done in time for this event. And, you know, these Dazzling Starlight sculptures aren't cheap. I think they usually go for 1,000 each if you're buying them, but you can generally pick them up from the courier station, probably for like 500 gems at 50% off. I've seen them at 60% off, 40% off. It would be good to talk about the courier station. That would be another way to spend down your resources when you're going through your jumping stages. Often you can get discounts. I always buy any discounts. So for example, if there's a token for 50,000 food and it costs 35,000 wood, that's an extra 15,000 resources that you're not out there mining, and it's no longer in your bank, so your storehouse. So I always pick those up because you can use them whenever you want. So another thing we should talk about is commanders. So you're gonna get a lot of tombs of experience from all of these tribal villages, and probably some of your caves and stuff like that. So what are you going to spend those on? I wouldn't recommend spending on any battling commanders, because you're going to have, you're going to get lots of XP from fighting jungle guys and stuff like that. Instead, I would use them on your gatherers, just because it would be more efficient. You get more bang for your buck in the long run. I would work on getting them to either 24 or 27, because what that will do is that will allow you to get an extra 6% resources if you skill out the tree right each time you farm. And as you can see, this adds up pretty quick, 30,000 here, 22,000 there. Before you know it, that's a whole extra node you don't have to mine. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, commanders. So let's look at what those trees look like. It's also a lot cheaper to level up a green and blue commander than your higher level commanders, so it's not really worth loading them up with all your tombs. This is what a 24 tree would look like. This is what we're going for over here. The more the better. An additional 6% resources upon completion of gathering. That's a decent amount. And I think completion means just when they get back to the city. It doesn't involve killing the node off. Like, I'll still get the extra 6% from those guys that walk back that I just sent back. The only difference between a 24 and a 27 is you're going to pick up this wood as well. It's just good because it's more versatile. You're not always sending guys to mine the thing they can mine most efficiently, although you should. But, you should try. See? This is what that looks like. 27, 27, 27, 24. Yeah. Also, I would use all your universal blue sculptures on constants. You don't get her from keys. The only way you get her is through expedition, which essentially your campaign expedition. So up here, she's always here. 400 things. You really want to save these currency for Ethelfled. I see Sun Tzu's in here right now, but I'm not going to spend it on him. It's only a little bit more for Ethelfled, so I'm working towards getting her right now. She's the most easily accessible free-to-play legendary. That's for sure. So that's just a good way to go about doing it. Oh, look, Joan of Arc's in there for 1,000. No, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, so use your research tomes on your gatherers. We could talk a little bit more about events. That supply box event, I already opened my first round of supply boxes, but I didn't open my second round. But just so you can get an idea of what you'd be getting. It's a magic box. What did I get? Damn it. I was hoping for like a teleport or something. See, do not use these territorial teleports until you're in your final kingdom, because it will use your beginner teleport and you will be sad. But this is an idea of what you can get from a supply box event. I don't think I've opened any of these in the second round, because I did get to go through it twice. Oh, see, like you get key. I got a key. Silver keys. Just speed ups and resources. Arrows of resistance are good because you can use them for leveling up your watchtower, which I haven't really been doing. Oh, look, I saved up some gold keys for us. I'm excited. I hope I get Sun Tzu. What else is there? Oh yeah, so about 3 weeks in, there's an event called the Shadow Legion Invasion. And essentially it's kind of like a tank the waves sort of event. It affects your whole alliance. Your alliance, one of the R4s or your leader has to start it. And that's why you'd want a Discord, because last night someone started it and no one was ready for it. So I think we ended up coming like second, then dropped down to third, but we could have gotten so many more points for it. This is my other city. I have not been saving keys on this one. Alright, so I wanted to just show the event real quick. This is the first wheel you get. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so how did we do? Yeah, we've dropped down. We're all the way down here in 8th now. We could have done so much better. Someone started it without notifying anyone. 3 weeks in, you also get your first wheel. I don't think this is the best wheel to spend stuff on. Like, I would take your free spin and probably take your 50% spins, but I don't think I'd go too much further with that, just because there aren't as many slots, I guess, for the sculptures. I believe in the other wheels for commanders, there's at least 3 of these, like a 1, 3, and 8 kind of deal. I think you just get more bang for your buck with those ones. Yeah, so I'm not really going to spin this. I spun it twice, the free spin and then the 50% off spin. That's about it. Oh yeah, so also that 6% bonus also counts towards this kind of stuff. The gather food, gather wood, gather stone. So it really helps you in the long run. Oh, and there's a couple of these consume action points events that you're going to have to think about. Now, you don't have to spend any of your potions to get these done. I'll show you a quick trick. It's a really good trick. That I kind of like... I was like, I wonder if this will work. So what you can do is if I attack here, it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so I sent her out once, right? 44 points consumed. Actually, let's not use her, because it'll use more points. It doesn't really matter. But it consumed the points and I didn't kill them. So what you can do is you can go here, and then go here. And each time you cancel, you get refunded the points. I'm pointing, you can't see it. You get refunded the points at the top of the screen. And see, I haven't spent any points actually, but now it's at 220. So you could literally just keep doing this. She really wants to conquer. I never listened to the sound, so it's so funny every time I record a video. It kind of blows my mind, like all the things they say. That's kind of funny. Oh yeah, so yeah, let's just see. 396 now, and I'm at 1,000 out of 1,000. Now it doesn't hurt to spend it down. You do want to spend that down eventually, but that's how it goes. Alright, so now for the thing I've been waiting for. Man, it's been so hard holding off opening these gold keys, but I saved them just for you guys for this video. You know, fingers crossed. This account's been really lucky for me. I hope that luck continues. I hope I get Sun Tzu. And I hope, you know, best of luck to all of us with our legendary, with the keys, with our keys and our legendary commanders. Oh, I'm getting a little excited. It's been so hard to save up for like the week or two that it's been all these gold keys that I've gotten. I had like 60 silver keys and I just opened them all at once. Oh look, there's a Sun Tzu, speak of the devil. Dragon Lancer is good for leveling up to pick up runes. Yeah, screw it, let's just do it. Let's start opening them. I'm excited. I've been using my freebie once in a while. But see, this is why I didn't spend any sculptures on Gaius Marius right away. Because I was thinking, oh, I have all these universal sculptures. Who should I spend it on? Where am I clicking? It's right behind this. Because you can turn these in for a decent amount of these blue sculptures. And I was thinking, oh, I could level up all the skills on my gatherers and get that out of the way. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that until I open up these gold keys. Maybe I'll be able to level up their skills without... Then I could spend it on Joan of Arc. You also get a lot of tombs from killing barbarian forts, so I would recommend doing this. This is 124 kilometers away. We're not going to go that far out of our way. They don't want to wait for us. So let's go. Come on, baby. Okay. Boudica and Sundok, that's not bad. I'll take that. Come on, baby. Sun Tzu! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. I got full Sun Tzu. That's awesome. Oh, that's so exciting. Come on, more Sun Tzu. Hand out the Sun Tzu. Ooh, Joan of Arcs. More Sundogs. Come on, give me a proper legendary. Give me a full somebody. A full Vibars. I guess that is a full somebody. It's like that genie lamp. Another full Vibars. That genie lamp where you ask for, you know, an 8-inch tall pianist. Oh, why do I have so many Vibars? Imagine those were all Sun Tzu. I got a full Cleopatra. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. Actually, this was pretty decent. Look, we got 2 of these Starlight Sculptures. A lot of these Starlight Sculptures. More Sun Tzu. Exciting. 5 Mehmeds. I'll take that. I was contemplating putting some universals on him. 3 El Cids. I don't have him unlocked on this guy yet. Another guy is Marius. More El Cids. They're coming. Come on, give me someone full. Give me a full legendary summon. I'm gonna get El Cid unlocked here. At this rate.
My enemies will choke on their
Full
own
Boudica,
blood.
I'll take that. I haven't gotten many Boudica sculptures. I think she's still at like 1-1-1-1. I've been saving all my universal purple sculptures for Sun Tzu. Because I do want to max him out. He's really good in the PvP arena kind of thing. What's it called? Sunset Canyon. So I really like to get him. I got a full Cleopatra. And I'm going to have El Cid unlocked. I will get that Writer of History. Once I summon him. I don't have to do it right now. Oh, Lancelot. Your flowing hair. 2 full Cleopatras. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but you know, I guess it's better than nothing. Another Lancelot. Last 10. It's actually pretty fun opening them all at once. I think it was worth the wait for me. Oh, full Pelagius. Another guy I won't be using for a while. I'm getting a decent amount of resources from all this stuff too, eh? No, Tomo. Leave me alone. Timon and Pumbaa. Sao Sao. I don't have him unlocked yet, so that'll eventually be another Writer of History. I don't know what to do with all these Sundock sculptures. I guess I could level her up, but I really don't want to invest anything into her. That's it. I'm out. Oh, that was a good run. Why did I click the mail? Alright, commanders. Alright, we'll summon you. Okay, so I did unlock her second skill for this bonus speed, bonus gathering speed. I haven't really leveled her up for... I don't use her as a primary for anything. If you use these guys as your primary, then it's going to take their talents into account. And then you don't have to worry about leveling up your secondaries. Did you get a skill on her? No, not even. See, I haven't touched her at all. You're useless to me. For now. This gold gathering speed would probably be really nice to have. Kinda wish I got full of her instead of full of Cleo, but it is what it is. Wish I got more Charles Martel as well. Wow, you talk a lot. I know went into the right skill. That is exciting. Okay. Alright, so if you want recommendations on who else to level up commander wise, I really recommend checking out a YouTuber called Chizghoul. That's how you spell it. I think that'll show up. It's an interesting name. He got it from some WoW account. But he has a lot of really good guides on what commanders you should be leveling up. If you don't plan on paying too much into the game, then you probably shouldn't focus on legendary commanders to the max. He'll suggest, who you should level up to, 5-1-1-1. And when I say 5-1-1, I mean like 5 in the first skill, and then just 1 in all the secondary skills. Just because you're not going to have the sculptures to invest into these guys. They're not exactly completely common. So close, yet so far. She does get a skill though. Restores rage. You know what? That's a good thing to have. And damage dealt to barbarians and neutrals. Actually, I'm okay with that as well. That is her primary job. We got some zoo. That's so exciting. What we're gonna do is we're actually, you know what? I could have ended this already, but we're just gonna I've been saving all these that I got from my VIP chests. We're just gonna max out this first skill. What it does is AoE to maximum of 3 targets. That is extremely useful for Sunset Canyon. Sunset Canyon. So in Sunset Canyon, you get 4 armies here. I do use one of my gatherers right now just because he's 3 stars, so I could bring a secondary commander with him. And Sun Tzu is great because they generally end up mobbing together, and then he can hit multiple armies at once with that skill. Alright. Oh, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for checking out this little video I made. I hope your jumper account goes well. I hope you get better luck with your keys than I did. They didn't go too bad, but I really would have liked, some other full commanders other than Cleopatra. Although, to be honest, I'm going to be using Cleopatra a lot for gathering, and you know what? I'll probably get the most use out of her than if I was to get anyone else. So I'm not gonna complain too much about that. And once you get up there, these timers really start ticking. Like, I think City Hall 19 was like a 5-day timer, something like that. Finally down to 21 hours. Oh yeah, okay, so another thing, this is, I always think of something at the end. Some little tips here and there. Until you can max out the troop capacity for all your gatherers so that you can take out, nodes in one shot each time with each gatherer. You should make at least 4 gatherers because you're going to get to 4 eventually. First of all, don't upgrade your troops. Just keep training new ones because you want to create as many troops as possible so you can fill out their troop capacity, and then you can start thinking about upgrading. Another thing I would do is I would build a whole ton of these battering rams. Don't even focus too much on these RQ ballistas. There was an event for building tier 2 units, which is why I was building these. But battering rams have a load of 20, plus 1 apparently. And these take twice as long to make, and they only have a load of 22. So ideally, you're just going to have a whole ton of battering rams for your troops and your gatherers, and then you can send your archers and cavalry and infantry out to do other things instead of gathering. Alright, thanks for listening, guys. Best of luck to you, and let me know if there's anything I missed, or if there's anything else I should talk about, or if there's any suggestions you have for me. What's in here? Oh, real fun. Have a good one. Good luck. Peace.